In order to create awareness about drug menace and eradicate drug addiction among youth, the Assam Rifles organized anti-drug awareness campaign at Tetso College, Chumakadima here on Friday with Brigadier SK Shukla, Commander 6 Sector, Assam Rifles as chief guest and Miss Nagaland 2022 Hikali Achumi as special guest. Brigadier Shukla stated that the scourge of drug abuse was a problem that transcends borders, affecting not only individuals but families and communities worldwide, which was also a matter of grave concern and adversely impacting the youth of Nagaland. He added that the fight against drug abuse was not merely a battle of policies and enforcement, but a collective endeavor which requires the involvement of every member of the society. Let's have a look at the report.
I stand here as someone who has seen loved ones who have passed away, families who have been broken, families who have lost their loved ones, children have lost their fathers, parents have lost their sons and daughters to drugs and to drug addiction. And it has been, for the Naga society, it has been a very painful journey since the time that I could remember, since the late 80s. Since the late 80s until now, and for the last few years as of now, the craze, the rage that has really wiped out generations. As I look back to the early 90s, it was horrible, it was terrible, it was a nightmare. And today, after so many years, even today, as we look back to the last couple of years, it has been really very difficult times for the young people as we run a rehab center. And before I came into the rehab center, I participated in some of the few research studies after I did my master's. I did studies on the drug using patterns in Nagaland and some few other studies which was conducted by various organizations. And I could see the pain and suffering, the loss of the society. So today I stand here to say to the young people, don't do drugs. And if you see anyone, tell them not to do it. And if you see anyone doing it, tell them that there is help available. And help should be sought at the earliest. Don't hide the problem. Hiding the problem doesn't solve the problem. But we have to seek help, and we have to know where to seek help. We see many young girls who are initiated into drug abuse, into substance abuse by their boyfriends. That is also one reality that I want to warn the young girls. Don't let any boy take advantage of you, saying that if you don't say yes to me, to the drug that I'm offering, to the small drink that I'm offering, to the smoke, the cigarette, the shikar, whatever, it starts from a very gradual level. You don't start straight, you don't start in a big way. Slowly, it catches you up. So if your boyfriend says, just for the company's sake, because from the many girls' experience, I've come to know that many of the girls are initiated through the boyfriends. I'm not blaming all the boys, but this is the trend that we observe. And also there are some boys who have been initiated because of through their girlfriend. So whether you're a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever friend that you are, don't ever offer to your friend and don't ever say yes to your friend. This is what I want to tell you. It's not worth it. If your friend is not for your healthy life, if your friend is not to help you for a good future, that person is not your friend. Keep away from such kind of friends. And if they are friends like that, you tell the concerned people, concerned authority, that this person is indulging into it. So seek help. Tell them to seek help at the right time. And there is a helpline that is available. Any information that you need, 14446. It's a toll-free helpline under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So you be aware about that helpline, toll-free helpline 14446. Okay. Don't forget that line, 14446. You call that number. If any help that is needed, or if any information that you need, just call the number and then seek for help as well. So you spread that information to your other friends as well. And if you see any friend who are indulging into it, do not discriminate, but help them in a way that you are able to help them come out of it. Because we have seen all these years, many of the people who are struggling with drug problem, many people who are having a problem with drug and alcohol, they have been discriminated, they have been rejected, they have been abandoned by the family and by the friends. And that is also not the way to handle this problem. We have to extend our support, we have to help them in whatever way possible, because it is a treatable, not curable, but treatable. It can be treated, and a person can live a drug-free life. Once the person is able to go through the treatment process, they are able to seek help. You can still say no to drugs and live a drug-free life, a very healthy life. Just because a person has gone into drugs doesn't mean that person's life is no more, or his life is over. No. The person can seek help, and the person can still live a normal, healthy, positive, productive life once again. So let us not discriminate, let us not stigmatize, let us not excommunicate, because we have this habit of taking shortcuts of excommunicating, expelling. These are not the ways of handling it, but we have to know where is the help available and address the problem in the appropriate way. So today, as we are here as colleges and schools, I want to say this. Many times as we are running the helpline, emergency helpline 1098, we have come across many cases where children were caught abusing, children were caught drinking, children were caught sniffing, children were caught chewing pan, tobacco, whatever intoxicants, and the students were made to, the children were issued certificates, the transfer TC, they were also suspended. But what I tell the schools and the colleges is that expelling them, giving them TC is not the solution, but seeking help for them, giving them counseling, and showing them the right way. Because by giving TC, by expelling them from the school, by suspending them from the schools and the colleges, you are just asking them, you're just telling them, go and become a hardcore drug addict. That is not the way to help a person. So I want to request the school authorities and the college authorities, equip your institutions, equip your colleges, your universities, your schools, so that if at all, unfortunately, if any one of your students got into this problem, then you should know how to address this problem in the right way. Many times the schools and the educational institutions were caught doing the wrong thing, expelling them. According to the law, according to the Juvenile Justice Act, since the school students are also here, I just want to say this. According to the Juvenile Justice Act, if any child is caught using all the substances, the child is not supposed to be punished, but the child is given corrective help, counseling, and helping the person to come out. But what is happening is that giving TC and suspending them. That is the wrong way. What the school authorities have to do is that they have to go and find out from where the child has bought the drugs or the substance of abuse, and the person who has sold the substance to a minor has to be punished, has to be dealt with as per the law. But the very person the culprit who is supposed to be punished is left scot-free, and the child victim is victimized all over again. This is due to the ignorance of the educational institutions as well. So I just want to say, our school education institutions, we also need to know how to handle this problem, because mishandling of such cases has spoiled many lives. Because when we work with drug users, we ask them, how did you get into it? Then they say, oh, I started using it when I was in the school. I started using it when I was in the hostel. And when I was caught, I was expelled and I couldn't get admission in other schools, so I became a street boy. I became a street girl. That's how the whole story runs through. So make sure that nobody drops out of school or is made to to go out of the school because of this habit, but bring them back to the mainstream. And the schools and the colleges today, the reality today is that many of the schools are hiding the problem because it's an issue of the prestige of the school. Even when they come to know about it, they hide it. And even colleges, and when I talk about colleges, it's not just about the secular colleges, but I'm also talking about even the theological colleges, because we run a rehab center and we know the reality. We have people coming from all kinds of background. We even have people coming from the theology colleges who are into drugs and alcohol. So every educational institutions are having their own challenges, but many education institutions are are confused how to go about it. So we have to equip ourselves, make ourselves aware, educated, how to deal in the most appropriate way. And to the students, like I said, if you see a friend using it, report it to your teachers. Don't just be a silent spectator. Because students, we are supposed to be the change agents. We are supposed to give hope to people who are struggling because of various problems. So just because you are clean, just because you are not into drugs, don't just be a silent spectator and be content with being, oh, I'm a good girl, I'm a good boy. That is not enough. You are supposed to help people who are struggling with it. You are supposed to be a change agent. So be a responsible student. Do whatever you can, because every one of us, we have been given that responsibility, the potential to be a change agent in our society. So hundreds of students sitting here today, college students, university students, school students, let us be an agent of change and spread the word that we have to say no to drugs and you can live a healthy, positive life without drugs. And if you see anyone in if you see anyone in need of help, don't close your eyes. Don't be a silent spectator. Do something about it. Know where the service is available, know where the help is available, and do the right thing. This is what I would like to request the school students and the teachers. Equip yourself so that you are able to identify the problem when it is still in the initial stage. If you're not able to identify the problem in the initial stage, when the person has gone so deep into it, it becomes very difficult. And I just want to quote one quote which I find it very important and very relevant for us today. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men and broken women. So let us be in the business of building up strong children, not waiting for children to get into drugs and then go into rehabilitation treatment, running from one prayer center to another prayer center. Today, when I asked about all the prayer centers in Nagaland, many of the prayer centers are full of drug addicts and alcoholics seeking help. Rehab centers are full, prayer centers are full, there's no space available. This is the condition as of today. So let us be in the business of building strong children, strong young people, instead of waiting for them to come to the repairing shop. Because repairing is an expensive business. Sometimes we are able to repair, many times we are not able to repair the damage that is done. So with that, I just want to thank everyone for the patient listening, and congratulations and thank you very much to the organizers. May God bless you for the good work that you are doing, and we hope that this seed that has been sown in the college here with all the young people here, they should grow up, bear lots of fruit, and we see a Naga society, the society in Nagaland free of drugs and alcohol, peaceful families and happy families in the days to come. Because as of today, we see a lot of families who are struggling, who are crying, who are suffering. So let's hope and pray, and God bless each and every one of us.
Almost 90%, I guess, or more than 90% of us are from Gen Z, right? Okay, so why am I talking about this generation? So we, the generation, have the highest risk of this drug addiction. There are so many reasons why, but one thing I would love to focus is social media. We are in the world of internet, social media, we're using it 24/7. A group of generation with so much curiosity, wanting to do anything in life, everything in life, want to try everything, enjoy our youth, right? So we have the highest risk than the previous age as well. Why are we talking about drugs? There are so many different types of drugs that we always deal with commonly: alcohols, nicotine, cocaine, heroin, and so much more. I don't need to say it, you all must know, right? So, why do we get into drugs? Or why do people get into drug addiction? Before saying that, why do people even taste? Why do we even taste that? Because none of the people goes into the addiction knowingly, but they first try it. Maybe they went to a trip for fun, for some fun, and they just tasted the drug for fun in the trip, but came back home and became an addiction, or maybe out of curiosity. This is not just one person's disease. This is a family's disease, because a person cannot fight this battle alone. He needs a good supporter. He needs a good supportive circle around him, the families around him. He needs a good mental health, and he needs a good proper medication as well. And that doesn't mean that the points which I have said is not as easy as it sounds. Of course, it's not impossible, because there are some people who are healed through these addictions as well. But don't you think it's better and wiser to enjoy our life rather than destroy our youth life?
Today, we are gathered here to address an issue that profoundly impacts our society: the scourge of drug abuse. It is a problem that transcends borders, affecting not only individuals but families, communities alike worldwide. It is both an honor and a responsibility to stand before you today addressing an issue which is a matter of grave concern for the whole world, and it is adversely impacting the Nagaland youth. The menace of drug abuse is a global challenge that transcends borders, cultures, and socio-economic backgrounds. It is a threat that undermines the very fabric of our society, tearing apart the families, eroding trust, and robbing individuals of their potential. As we stand here today, united in our commitment to combat this epidemic, we must recognize the fight against drug abuse is not merely a battle of policies and enforcement, but a collective endeavor that requires involvement of every member of the society. Education plays a pivotal role in our effort to eradicate drug abuse. It is though through awareness and understanding that we empower individuals to make informed choices and resist the lure of substance that can lead to devastating consequences. I urge education institutions, community organizations, and families to undertake comprehensive drug education programs, ensuring that our youth is equipped with the knowledge and resilience to make healthy choices. Law enforcement is another crucial component of our anti-drug efforts. We must support our law enforcement agencies in their mission to disrupt drug trafficking networks and hold those responsible accountable for their actions. Equally important is the need for rehabilitation, as was already brought out previously, that offers a path to recovery and redemption for those trapped by the clutches of the abuse. By addressing the root cause and providing support for rehabilitation, we can break the cycle of drug abuse. Community engagement is the bedrock of any successful anti-drug campaign. Together, we must stand as advocates, allies, and supporters of one another in this battle. It is a collective responsibility to safeguard our communities from devastating effect of the drugs. Together, we can create a future free from the shadows of drug abuse, where individual thrives, families flourish, and community prosper. I just want to highlight the independence of human beings is his or her free will. Mind, if is controlled by some other substance like drugs, then you are not in control of your own life. We as a youth and a human being should control our own life and keep the control in our own hand.